Hello, my Havel Knights. This is my Viking brothers and sisters. About 3 days ago, I was on PlayStation playing on Dead by Daylight with my mother, and I had messaged this guy who was camping on everyone that he hooked. There's a video I already uploaded of that match, so you can go look at it for yourself. And then I messaged the guy who did it, and I made fun of him a little bit. Wow, such skill needed to camp the people that you hook. Yes, very. And then, after we went on and argued for a bit, I blocked him so he could send no further messages. So I had the last laugh, and then he reported me, and then this happens. Your account with PlayStation Network is temporarily suspended for 7 days. PlayStation Safety determined that content uploaded from your account to message on PlayStation Network breached the code of conduct set in our terms of service. What's wrong with it? Hate speech or other hateful content, including racism, sexism, xenophobia, or hate directed at religious beliefs, cultural identity, gender identity, or sexual orientation. And I'm going to say that 90% of that is false. I made fun of him for being gay, but that's besides the point. Who doesn't make fun of gay people, honestly? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to call these rejects of society, and well, we're just going to see if we can get this resolved or if anything happened to this guy. Because if it didn't, well, there's going to be some hell to pay. Because I'm just going to stop entirely with everything to do with PlayStation.
Thank you for calling PlayStation Player Support. We're here to make sure your play has no limits. If you are having difficulty locating a PlayStation 5, please check with local and online retailers directly for availability.
I'd never buy a PlayStation 5.
We do not have any shipment dates or inventory information for retail outlets. Please note, technical support is unable to assist you with any account suspension-related inquiries. For help with your password or recovering your account, press 1. For requesting a refund on a PlayStation Store purchase, press 2. For technical support with your PlayStation 5 and accessories, press 3. For technical support with your PlayStation 4, PS, VR, and accessories, press 4. For help with any other products, please start help and support. Please note, technical support is unable to assist you with any account suspension-related inquiries. For other questions about your account, press 1. For help with your PS4 console, PS, VR, and accessories, press 2. Calls may be monitored or recorded for quality purposes. We ask that the conversation remain courteous and respectful. We are doing the best we can to help. Gamer support is tied up assisting other callers. Your estimated wait time is less than 10 minutes. We get that calling us isn't the most convenient option. Hit us up on chat at playstation.com/support.
There is no help chat, though.
You can also access our knowledge center at the same URL. Due to high call volumes, we are currently experiencing longer than normal hold times. We apologize for any delay in speaking with us.
I'd also like to comment on the fact that they're like, we're not going to help you with any inquiries about any suspensions that you have. Huh, really, PlayStation? That's interesting. I'll be taking note of that and telling everyone that I know on PlayStation about that. Because no matter what happens, Xbox always is like, well, here, let's go into finer details with you of why this happened. Because Xbox gives a shit. PlayStation would much rather just push you out of the way and say, yeah, there's nothing we can do about it. Yeah, you just violated it. We're not going to tell you anything. Fuck you.
We appreciate your patience while waiting to speak to an agent. My name is Lavanya and I'll be happy to help you today. So, shall we get you started with your online ID?
Yeah, my online ID is Raluchai01. RALUCHAI 01.
01. Okay, thank you. So, could you also give me your email ID, please?
Right, so about 3 days ago, my account was suspended, and I'm calling to ask a few more details about that, and exactly specifically why. I'm not specifically calling to reverse anything or undo anything. I'm asking specifically why. Because in the email, it says that there's racism, sexism, xenophobia, anti-religious comments, comments against cultural identity, gender identity, and sexual orientation, and more than half of that isn't true. I made no comments of any genders or sexes or any races at all towards the person that I had been messaging, which is the only person that could have reported me. So I'm calling exactly how was I racist, sexist, xenophobic, and I'm just calling to ask specifically on what points did this come from.
Okay, I can definitely look into that and see if I can find any such particular things for you. So I'll be back with you again in 2 minutes, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yes, thank you so much for your patience in waiting, sir. So regarding the matter you asked for, I'm afraid that the more specific information is not provided to the customer support department, and our moderation team removes the reported content after deeming it was offensive and as per our community standards. That being said, our moderators are extremely thorough, and if this account hadn't violated these terms in some way, your account would not be suspended. And my best recommendation is to read through them before
But
your suspension.
see, now that you say that the moderation team has removed all of these comments and messages, now there's no proof that I did or did not do these things. So now there's no further looking through it to see if that did or did not happen. And I had some of my friends just check just before I called to see what happened to this other guy, because this other guy made much worse comments about how he would rub his sweaty nuts across my face, and I didn't appreciate that very much. I apologize for that stutter. And he's still playing. No moderation has happened to him at all. He's still playing games, talking to his friends. So I would like to know why exactly PlayStation is so biased on this.
This is not at all biased, sir. So
but that is biased because
consumer is reported.
But why don't you look at both sides of this? See, he made much worse comments than I made, by far, because there's many witnesses to this. Because before my account was suspended, I had other people look at these messages, and they were agreeing with me that he was making much worse comments than I had made. And so my question is, why didn't anything happen to this guy when he said much worse things than I said? I didn't even cuss or swear at the guy.
You wouldn't know that if he is facing the issues or not, because you would not be accessing his account, right? If someone will have definitely reported him, and he would also be facing some issues which you will not know, okay?
Right, but at the same time, I know that he's not, because I've had friends check in on him, and he's still playing games, and he's still talking to people, he can still chat with people. There wasn't even a communication ban. And I'll also add that though my account was suspended, I've never had any kind of warning at all from PlayStation not to do something, ever. So to just go straight towards a suspension, I think is pretty shitty.
Sir, regarding this, I do apologize, but I can appreciate where your frustration is coming from, as this wasn't the resolution you expected. However, I'm afraid it's the only one we are able to provide.
Well then, in that case, I would like to escalate this call to someone higher up.
I can can sure request them, sir, but I'll need some time. And once I request them, if I get reply from them, then I'll be able to report it to you. And I'll keep updating it to you every 2 minutes, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
See, she was about to cut it off right there. She was about to say that, well, sorry, there's nothing more I can do. And then she was going to try and cut it off and then close the ticket. But by me going and saying that I'd like to escalate it, this has forced her to escalate it because she can't say no. Because in the recording that they do for quality control tests, they would see that, oh, she said no, and then she'd get fired. So she can't just say no. So you just have to keep escalating it. And if this next person, if I do get a next person, if they are like, sorry, no, or if they can't be helpful, well, then it just shows of PlayStation's incompetence. Yeah, hi.
Hi, thank you so much for your waiting and patience. So I have successfully placed a request for my supervisor. Once I get a reply from them, I'll be able to update it to you, okay?
Very well.
Thank you so much. I'll keep updating you every 2 minutes. Is that okay?
Yep, that's fine.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much for your patience in waiting. So, actually, as my supervisor have reviewed your case, this is directly coming from the supervisor. So, every suspension on PlayStation Network is the result of thorough investigation by PlayStation safety staff. As a result, suspensions are final and cannot be appealed.
I'm not asking for them to be appealed. I'm asking for details of why. And I know that nothing is permanently deleted because that's how coding works. It doesn't matter if you delete the message or not. They're still there on the data caches that you guys have. So I'm asking for specifics of why have I been barred from doing anything on my account, even signing in or buying anything from the PlayStation Store. And this guy who has been much more vulgar than I have been towards me and my friends, nothing has happened to him.
Yeah, so the thing is, our team investigates only the message which was reported. So if that message contains language which violates the terms of service, then the suspension is issued as a warning. So if the message was not reported, then we will not be investigating it. Maybe that's the reason why he was not banned.
But some of my friends have also reported him and nothing has happened to him. And there's 3 people that have reported him and nothing has happened to him.
So then we will still be under investigation. Once the investigation is done, he will definitely be banned if he did really do something like that. Okay?
And so your supervisor didn't want to escalate the call and he didn't want to talk to me personally?
It's not that, sir. Before that, he just gave me the output he can give because he's busy, right? So.
Well, the rules of a customer escalation is when a customer asks for an escalation, you're supposed to transfer it to the next person higher up than you, and then those 2 people talk. Because I've done this before.
I understand, sir. Before that, as there is a long wait, we are just trying to help you get your time, right? We don't want to waste your time by making you wait, right?
Yes. But I'm perfectly fine with waiting if it comes to resolving this entire issue. And if it can't be resolved, there's a lot of people waiting on my word because they said if you guys would be unwilling to escalate it or talk about it fully and discuss all of the details of why this happened, then they said they'll be switching to Xbox, along with several members of my family. That's around 30 people that I can count. So I don't think you want to lose that much business because they said that they already have a lot of problems with PlayStation. So I would like to escalate this, and I don't want this to go poorly. Don't get me wrong. So I'm trying to be very patient with this. So I would like it to escalate, and I would like it to go to the next person higher up, and we can move from there.
Okay, sure, no problem. I can always ask him again, and I'll get back to you again in 2 minutes, okay?
Very well.
Thank you.
See, she's scared now. She just keeps getting quieter. She's like, oh no, what do I do? This guy's not falling for all the tricks that we've been taught. Oh no, I'm freaking out. Unfortunately for her, I will not fall for such primitive tactics. Yes, I'm still here.
Yes, thank you so much for your waiting and patience. So my supervisor is still looking into it. Once I get a reply from him, I'll be able to update it to you, okay?
Very well.
Thank you. I'll get back to you again in 2 minutes and give you an update.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See, she's just trying to keep me off from talking to him as much as possible. That's her job. She's told specifically not to let it escalate to the next level. That's how all these bigger companies do their work, is they always try to
Hello?
escalate it further, or not let it escalate further. Yes, hello.
Yes, thank you so much for your waiting and patience. So my supervisor is ready and I will be transferring you over to him.
Very well.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you for contacting PlayStation. My name is Krutas. I am supervisor in duty and I would like to understand that you would like to speak with me regarding suspension.
Yes, I'm specifically asking towards the details of why I was suspended and the other guy who reported me was not. Because it says clearly in the email that I was racist, sexist, xenophobic, I attacked someone's religious beliefs, cultural identity, gender identity, and sexual orientation, which most of that isn't true, and I have witnesses to corroborate with this. And this also has to do with something that happened in a game, and I uploaded what happened in that game to YouTube, so there's proof that this guy wasn't exactly being the nicest individual.
Yes, definitely I can understand that. However, I'm afraid we are not able to see what was reported and why you were suspended. I can only provide you the information on why your account was suspended. So it was suspended for hate speech and it is a 7-day suspension and it will be lifted by October 2nd, 2021. And if you have reported other users' content, then those messages will be investigated, and if they found out any terms of service violation, then that account will be suspended as well. And every suspension on PlayStation Network account is a result of a thorough investigation, and that is why it cannot be appealed, and suspensions are always final.
Right, so with Xbox will tell you every detail and what exactly you said wrong. So what you're telling me is you can't meet up to Xbox's standards?
Here I'm telling you that our terms of service that you agree to is different. So that's why we have to follow what our policy and the terms of service advise us to do.
But that's not what I asked you. I asked you Xbox, if you get a communications ban or suspension, you can ask them what exactly happened, and they will tell you everything that you said and did wrong. And currently, there's a lot of people waiting on me waiting on how this call goes, and if it goes poorly, all those people that I am referencing to will be switching to Xbox. They said it to me themselves. I don't want that much business to be lost for anyone. So I'm trying to get this resolved and figured out. Because this other guy had been reported. He was reported by multiple people. And nothing happened to him. For the past 3 days, because 3 days ago I was suspended, for the past 3 days he's been playing games, talking to his friends, and he's had no restrictions, no suspensions, nothing. Not even a 1-day suspension. So my question is, when this guy talks to me with a very vulgar manner, when he literally said that he would drag his nuts across my face, and I used no clearly vulgar language towards this guy, why am I the only one that's taking the downfall here?
Yes, so basically if you have reported the correct message and if they found out any terms of service violation, then our moderation team will definitely take an proper action on that account. Here I won't be able to comment on that because we can only provide you the information regarding your account and we are not moderation team, so we are not able to see those kind of information. But if you have reported the message, then it will be looked into it.
Right, but I also know that you guys keep a backup of every message that's deleted. Every company does. It's not uncommon knowledge. So I know the messages are there, even though they might have been removed. They're still there. You just can't see them. So if you are telling me that you also did not have the power to progress this and this leads anywhere meaningful, I would like to escalate the call further.
So we are the highest level of support, and as I told you that every suspension on the PlayStation network is a result of a thorough investigation, and as a result suspensions are final and cannot be appealed in any case, because when you created the account you agreed to terms of service, and as per the terms of service, if we found out any terms of service violation, we can suspend the account.
Right, so then you can transfer me to the moderation team and then I can talk to them about this.
So we are the highest level of support for who are consumer facing, and moderation team are not consumer facing, but we do have to follow and abide by their decision, and no one can override those decisions.
Okay,
Once account
so
is suspended, there is no way for us to override that decision, and you will be able to log into your account after 2nd of October 2021.
Okay, so then I'm going to have to
today?
unfortunately tell you that I'm going to tell all my friends what happened here. This call has been very not pleasant, quite frankly. It's led nowhere and it's gained no progress. So all the people that were waiting on me, I will tell them that it went poorly, and then all those people will be switching over to Xbox, and I will be stopping all of my subscriptions to PlayStation. I'm not even going to sell my PlayStation. I'm going to use it as target practice with a bow. And then I'm going to use it as a paperweight, because clearly PlayStation is incompetent in their mannerisms of how they deal with their customers. Other than that, I have nothing left to say, and there's nothing more to be gained here, I don't think.
I'm really sorry to hear that, and we respect your decision. Thank you for contacting PlayStation. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, sir.
Likewise. Well, my Havel Knights and Asses, that went exactly how I expected it to. This guy, these people, they don't care about you. If you're on PlayStation, why are you on PlayStation? They don't care about you. They don't care at all. My recommendation, just switch to Xbox. Xbox will go through these things with you. They'll talk to you. Xbox, at least somewhat cares. At least even the tiniest bit. So, without further ado, thank you all, my Havel Knights and Niases, and my Viking brothers and sisters, for watching, quote-unquote, this video. And to any of the PlayStation people who watch this, if you work for PlayStation, there's nothing you can do about this video, because it's fair rights that if they record their audio for quality control tests, then I can record this audio and then post it publicly as well. And even if you take down this video from YouTube, I will share it amongst every other way that I can, including Patreon, among other services. So you can't stop this from happening. This is getting out, and this is becoming public. Thank you for everyone watching. Don't forget,